All right, everybody, we're back with the Eagles. We're doing a review of Season 14. We're going to find out how many trophies we did win. We're in a possible 4 trophies. We've already lost in sort of like the Super Cup to Ajax. But we had the League, the Cup, and the Champions League this season. How many trophies did we win? Bearing in mind we haven't won a trophy yet. Is this the season when we finally won a trophy? We're going to go through all the league results, player performances, tactical change as well. We've now playing off sort of like 2 tactics. Of course, tactics never last long on this channel. I always want to change. All right, thank you for being patient as well. I know it's like 10 days. I've had a little mini break, a little bit of a mini meltdown. Glad to be back. Still really enjoying it. I have played this. I'm recording this in the future. Am I recording this in the future? That doesn't make sense. I'm actually well on now into Season 15, so hopefully there'll be a good number of videos coming out over the next 7 days. All right, guys, let's get into the Eagles. Season 14 review. Did we win a trophy? Now, one of the most frustrating campaigns was the Dutch Cup. Bearing in mind that we've only got to... Do we get to 1 final or 2 finals? If we look at the history, the past winners, where we've had 1 final in 14 years. We lost to the eventual winners final. But look, Roda have won it twice. Roda have won it twice. So if they're winning it twice, why can't we win it? This is where the pressure's getting to me a little bit. But the most frustrating thing was Ajax were out of it. We got the toughest draw probably still left in the competition in terms of Feyenoord. 3-2. This was during the point where we were really struggling. Sergio got sent off on 79. And then we had to play. Look at that. What a game, by the way. A total of 50 shots in the game with an XG of 2.66. It was very even. We were dominating possession. To be fair, passes completed. A lot more passes. But the big one is the victory, and we didn't do it. And we've got, again, another season without the Dutch Cup and a trophy that, it's the most likely one that we can win. We only need Ajax, really, to get out of the way. And for some reason, every year, we managed to actually bottle this one. Into the Champions League, unfortunately, we got beat by Juventus 2-2 in the second leg, but we lost the first leg at home to Juventus 1-0, so we had to come back from behind. Anderson took it into extra time, and then Bellanova scored on 180 minutes. And to be fair, they probably edged it. We just didn't tick. We didn't dominate the game. We didn't create as much what I'd like. So that was really disappointing. We have got a little bit of a change in tactic that we've gone to, which helped us maybe defensively. I'm always caught in 2 minds of which way to go in these bigger games. It kind of felt like we didn't turn up. I actually thought we were going to beat Juventus as well. But getting through out of the league phase round for 2 years in a row is progression. We now need to see if we can get into sort of like the last 8. That is going to be the aim next season. And our coefficient has gone up because UEFA Europa League winners was Feyenoord, and Roda managed to get all the way to the quarterfinals, which is really good on their behalf. So that's definitely helped us getting to the knockout stages. Feyenoord winning the Europa, Roda getting to the quarters, Conference League, PSV got beat in the final. And then how did Ajax do? Did they actually do anything? Atleti are European champions, by the way. Are Ajax there? Yeah. They went through. They've actually got into the quarterfinals. Oh, the last 16. Yeah, last 16 got beat by Bayern Munich 6-0. So that is a pretty good year for us in terms of the coefficient. And as you can see, our coefficient is now the 4th best in the world. We're on, for the 35-36 season, we finished with a coefficient of 88. No, sorry, our coefficient for the 35-36 season, 88, but we scored 23 points. Only England better than us. We beat in Spain and the rest, and it has seen us fly up the rankings. We've just got to be careful because we are now well clear of some of the other teams. However, we have had some really good numbers. We've got to keep these numbers up. If we don't and have a really bad season, where none of us get out like the group stage, that will plummet and we'll soon drop down. We've got to keep... Have we got to keep in 3rd? So here we go, look. Champions League, we've been given 5 places. Because we were one of the best 2 nations coefficient the year before, we've been given 5 Champions League places. I think, look, France have got 3 and 4. Germany now have only got 2 and 1. So we've just got to be careful that we don't drop back into that 3. Having 5, though, is pretty spectacular. Now, which 5 did qualify out of the league? There you go. We finished 2nd. Really, really disappointing. We were in it for a little bit, just a little bit. We've had a really good season, though, 74.6 points off Ajax. Are we getting closer? I don't know. They just start churning out results after results. They've conceded only 17 goals in 34 games, so that's an average of 0.5 a game. We managed to concede only 31, so less than a goal a game, and 79 scored. So we haven't done bad. Like, the defeats in there, 1 to Ajax, you know, the PSV at home, 20 away, Feyenoord away, AZ away, difficult places to go. Draws, maybe the Telstar and the Roda, I suppose, were disappointing draws. And then the rest, you know, we've won 23 out of 34 games. So we haven't done bad, have we? We haven't done bad. And as you can see, the Champions League places are going to us, Ajax, Feyenoord, PSV, which I think is massive, just in terms of money, getting this. The only thing is, it's good for European football and good for the nation for us to build it. We did want to build this coefficient. We're sort of like a part of the save. But the issue is now that it's making Feyenoord and PSV have a little bit of money and making them quite strong again. We finished second 2 years in a row, so the target is obviously minimum second. But we know this year, 5 places get Champions League football. So we can afford to have a little off-season if we're not going to be quite in the title race. It might then just force us to push our force and our places towards winning that bloody trophy, either a Champions League run, deeper run, save a few legs in players, or that really push for that cup game. Tactic-wise, we've gone from sort of like the 4-1-3-2 to this sort of like 5-5-3-2 now. I am going to change that role, will be changed to a Mazzala. My issue is that we've had is the goal-wise, he's really good for the top 2. Revicio has done well. There is clubs sniffing around him, big clubs sniffing around him, so you may not see him again after the next episode. 21 goals in 32, 20 assists as well. Really impressive numbers from Revicio. And then Anderson again, in his debut season with us. I imagine he's going to have some big clubs. No one wants him yet, but he's only 23. He looks phenomenal. I think then what we've got is a bit of a drop-off. Van Nispen, who is likely to leave, he's transfer listed because he wants to go, and he is 29. He's going to be 30 sort of like during the season. I think it's important to get him while we get a little bit of value because he's only got a year left. He's done very well as a little bit of a backup for us. He was 15, and then Kamenko was 9, and then we haven't got much in here. You know, Kamenko, 42, 9 and 10. Decent, but we want double figures with goals. Pambert as well, another sort of like attacking midfielder. 4 goals, 9 assists. He needs to improve. So we need to get some more goals in the defensive areas. Players that are definitely leaving. Timber. There's Pukangel, which I think I'm going to try and do a deal for because he's only worth 5.8. We've had him on loan. He could do a couple of jobs for us. Could even do a job up front. Dutch as well. Oh, is the deal already done? I've already done a deal. There you go. 5.8. Rikov will probably stay 1 more year. We're debating whether to cash in on him, but he's still got decent physicals. Will be a decent backup for us. Mazambo is going into his last year. I imagine he will go on a free. Bazacic in his last year. And I think I will try and flog a couple of these players around here. Now, there is 2 players that are out on loan. João Narazino is he Ecuadorian? Yeah, Ecuadorian that we paid 650,000 for. He's joining us on the 1st of January, so halfway through next season. He's already valued at between 24 and 34. He can't run, unfortunately, but he's going to be a really good, by the looks of it, he's not 20 until next April. So probably, like 10 months away. He looks like a superb player who might be able to join and make a front three again if we go to a 4-3-3. Someone who can play in that hole, because give us a little bit of an option, especially if we lose a striker. He could be the next big. We're kind of planning ahead. Anderson will no doubt want to go at some point. Revicio a little bit different because he's coming to the edge of 30. We might then decide to cash in on him so we get some big bucks. But Narazino is probably the next young wonder kid off the Eagles rank. And then following him is Henry Vasquez. Hasn't been really... We got 1.7 I've paid for him. He's 18. He's 6'2". Work rate, pace, finishing, technique, passing, okay. But I just think he could be, and decent both feet as well. He could just be a really, really strong goal scorer for us. So he is already on his way in. There's a lot to do. Money-wise, we've been given 49.5 million. As you can see, Ngomo looks like he's already going. There will be a few players that will probably leave. There may be a couple of defenders. We need to strengthen the midfield. I think strengthening the midfield is absolutely key. We really need to strengthen in there. Ryan McAndrew has been wanted by a load of teams as well. Man City are after him, but he's not great. But with us just having a defensive midfielder, an anchor, he could play in midfield, he could play in defence. He's Dutch as well. He's only 23. I've got no intention of selling him. I've actually offered him a new contract as well, adding another 4 years onto his, another 2 years onto his already existing 2. So he's got 4 more to play with, and he's on a really low wage. So why would I want to get rid of him? All right, guys, that is it. Tactical blueprint video coming as well. That'll be a massive video on the channel, putting a lot of effort into that. Eagle stuff, and as I said, no training video as well. So lots to come over the next 7 days. Oh, and a video about York City. I have bought York City Football Club. I'm a billionaire, and a little sort of like experiment kind of series. Me in charge of employing the manager, backroom staff and stuff like that. Bit of fun. Hopefully you'll enjoy that. That'll be coming out on next week on the channel. Right, cheers guys. Take care. See you later.